I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I possess understanding about the nature of my true being as soul. I am a living soul, defined by and made in the image and likeness of God, my source. I am intimately intertwined with body, mind, and spirit, my fourfold nature. I am consciousness, individualized and finite, a degree of the universal and infinite, a degree of God, a degree of spirit. I image evolving from self to individual consciousness because it is my duty. I choose well because I know myself as a spark of divinity. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I choose what I concentrate on. I choose how I behave. I choose how I feel. I choose to serve life. I choose to be here and now so that I may originate as needed. I choose to educate myself so that I can make better images. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. With faith, patience, and love, I will into being what I aspire to experience. I study the laws of life, and with my willpower, I obey them as best as I can, getting more and more on the beam with each passing day. With free will, I choose correct and desirable images. With steely, rigid discipline, I choose to express a higher degree of consciousness to fulfill God's image. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I choose to follow the laws of the body, mind, and soul, to bring my images into life. I choose to follow universal laws, to be in harmony with Source. Along the way, I grit my teeth and bear the pain of wanting and not having, because I choose oneness. I choose to play my part in the spirit of the hive. It feels good to choose alignment with law, energizing and propelling me forward. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I choose to live a balanced life. I choose to be earthly good and heavenly minded. I choose peace and joy. I choose forgiveness. I choose to actively participate in the evolution of consciousness. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I am an aspect of God, soul. It has taken me millions of years in the making to get here. Along the way, I have learned how to attract what I want, how to be organized, how to adapt intelligently, how to locomote, and how to reason correctly. I am God's highest creation, manifestation, and expression. I image myself with perfect intuition, which comes from union with the divine, my highest aspiration. I choose to image only lawful, broad, positive, and logical images. I am the prodigal son on his way home back to the Father. I choose to cooperate with the divine within, for that is the only way to image. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I choose to allow God to guide me by perfecting my vehicle for perfect spiritual expression. I choose images that are in harmony with God's plan, the evolution of consciousness. I image to get out of Spirit's way and not interfere with my own evolution. I image the self totally, perfectly healthy. I breathe life into every single cell of my being, simultaneously pushing out any waste. I radiate health everywhere I go. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images. I am a breath of life. I give life abundantly to this body, which would otherwise be a lump of clay. I respond to change and adapt my images intelligently. I develop, individualize, and awaken myself to originate and execute desirable images with Spirit. I have had sufficient experiences that led me to developing reason and supplanting instinct. Soul is who I really am, my true self, the operator within this temporal form. I control the conscious portion of my mind as an individualized aspect of Spirit who resides in the subconscious. I image wisdom, self-discipline, and personal responsibility, for acts are of the soul. I image a composite with Spirit so that I may be executive to God, my co-creator. I am soul. I am chooser of my images. I image myself journeying up the path of attainment. I image myself blooming and flourishing. I image myself at peace with and in the third dimension. I am soul. I am the chooser of my images.